flowers. I am on my way to Michael's to get stuff to make a flower crown. If you don't know me, you don't know this, but I have a long and sordid history of making flower crowns. I'm 30 years old. I turned 30 yesterday. I am a millennial, deeply a millennial. When I was coming of age, when I was in high school, it was the Vanessa Hudgens Tumblr era. It was the Vanessa Hudgens festival era. Flower crowns were all the rage. And I was a deeply lonely, bitter loser. I was fat and very negative, and the way that I had fun was mocking people who were happy. That was how I got my jollies, you know? And so something I thought was funny when I was 16 was to make flower crowns and wear them ironically. And I would post pictures on Instagram being like, haha, take me back to Coachella. Basically making fun of that kind of hot person who liked to go to music festivals and have fun and dress up. That was my sense of humor. Over time, what I realized is the reason why I was making fun of them is because I wanted to freaking be them. Like, I wanted to be someone who could wear a flower crown non-ironically. But unfortunately, irony was the only way that I could enjoy myself. Pump it up. Someone just let me do that. I'm so freaking embarrassed. P1, don't let me forget. Escalator vibes. Okay, I need green twine for the base of the headband and flowers for the flower part of the flower crown. What would make a good flower crown? I'm ready for Coachella. Stem wire is what we need. Okay, I have my green stem wire for the base of my crown. I'm gonna get glue gun down because this ain't my first rodeo. Okay, I just got back and I have all my supplies from Michael's. White flowers, purple flowers, red flowers. These are the ones I got because they were on sale. I have green wire to use as the base. Whoa. I'm worried these are actually too thin and they're not going to be enough surface area to glue things on. But luckily, I think I can wrap them in pipe cleaners and then kind of like glue a leaf base, but we'll see how it works. I also have gems that I want to use. And then of course, my trusty dusty glue gun, the only dusty I frick with. I'm going to go to Chipotle, but then I'm going to come back and craft away. Okay, I'm back from Chipotle. Let's go ahead and open up these wires and see what the surface area situation is. Okay, I also need a cardboard for my glue gun. What's crazy is in all my years of life, I've never been to Coachella. I have been to this thing called Outside Lands. Oh no, this wire's not even big enough to wrap around my head. I can put two pieces of wire together. I come from a really crafty family. Like, my mom is really into crafting. What am I doing? Should I just glue flowers to a headband? Okay, new plan, because I'm queen of the pivot. We're just gonna hot glue some flowers onto this green headband, okay? Cardboard for my glue gun. Let's plug this bad boy in. It's crazy that this was such a fail. Also, this was the most expensive item that I bought at Michael's. Beautiful. You see that? You see that, ladies and gents? Glue stick, aka glue bullet, into the glue gun. The life of a crafter. First, I want to cut some flowers. We're gonna yank it like that, and then we're gonna save the leaves. So in my experience, it works best to just glue the petals onto whatever you want to do, and then I like to put a rhinestone in the middle. Easier shown than explained. All right, I'm gonna take these petals off of the flower, and I'm just gonna start hot gluing flowers to this headband. Hot glue petal 1, hot glue petal 2. Trust the process, okay? I feel your judgment, dear viewer. And we're gonna do a bunch of these. So a lot of people have asked me if I'd be willing to go to Coachella with a brand, but the answer is that, okay, here's my thing. The reason why I haven't gone to Coachella in the past, one, because it's a little bit cost prohibitive. It's like, that's not how I want to spend my money. That hasn't been how I want to spend my money. And I honestly, it's like, I like music kind of, but I'm definitely not one of those people who's like, music is my life. You know what I mean? Like, if a brand reached out to me right now and was like, Dana, we want to send you to Coachella and we'll pay for everything and we'll pay you money also in addition to paying for Coachella, then I would be like, yeah. Do I think it's a super likely scenario that that would happen? At this point, no, but also, I'm not gonna lie, you guys, my social media is blowing up low-key super fast. Also, you know what's really exciting is Alex Earl followed me on TikTok the other day. She actually followed me the day before my birthday, and I was like, what a perfect 30th birthday present. Is the coolest 23-year-old in the world right now is following me on TikTok. Don't you agree? I'm wondering if I want to do a pattern, if we want to do random, because we could keep that going. Part of the reason I was inspired to craft is because I saw Emma Chamberlain is in her sewing era, and it did make me jealous. I've tried to sew so many times, and I went to a sewing class maybe a year and a half ago, and it was me and a bunch of little kids. And not that I'm not too proud to like, you know, take sewing class with kids at all. Look, it wasn't time. I think when it's time for me to learn how to sew, I will. I do have a lot of ideas for clothing. something that I'd love to bring to life. It's interesting because my mom is a sewer. Like, she grew up sewing my whole life, but because she sewed, I never felt motivated to sew because anything that I wanted, she would like sew for me basically. But then when I wanted to start a bikini line and I wanted her to make samples, she didn't want to do it. But that's okay, I understand. Because the thing about my mom is she is a Filipino immigrant, and I get that like you left the Philippines to escape being a garment worker. Why would you want to do that now that you moved to the US? I honestly think we're gonna be able to make a lot of these, but I'm only gonna make one for the purpose of this video. After I'm done with this, I'm gonna clean up and watch White Lotus. It's so funny because my videos get anywhere from 100 to 1,000 views on YouTube right now, my long form. But if any of the 100 viewers happen to be brands with psychotic marketing budgets and they're looking for an extra influencer to send to Coachella, just know I'm prepared. Look, I'm all about having experiences at this point in my life, and I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be #child free. My fiance would literally flip out if he heard me say that. I don't want to be pregnant at my wedding. I live a risky life. Look, actually this is turning out so pretty, and then I'm gonna put a rhinestone in the middle of each of these. It's interesting because I never thought that I'd be at a place where I would even be someone who a brand would consider sending to Coachella, but honestly at this point I have 140,000 followers on Instagram, and I have low-key really good engagement, and I have 110,000 followers or 112,000 on TikTok, and my engagement on there is also really good. And I know that if a brand did want to send me to Coachella, like I could do some crazy numbers for them on Coachella content. Like I think my Coachella content could appeal to Coachella haters, not in like a I would be mocking the people at Coachella kind of way, but I think I know what's funny to Coachella haters about Coachella because I was once a Coachella hater. I've just been a negative Nancy, jealous Jessica type, and so I have that comedic perspective on lock. I would definitely know how to start conversation. I could definitely make some controversial content about Coachella. Brands usually are really eager to avoid controversy, which I don't understand because it can be great for engagement. It's crazy because in California, there's such strict glue gun regulations. Like you can only have one glue stick in your gun at a time. I'm definitely not a methodical crafter. There's no method to my madness, but there is madness. Oh, there's madness. Mwah, ha, 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 ha. Dude, we're so freaking close, baby. I could taste it. I can taste Coachella. What brand do you think will send me? Now I'm like really into this. Now I'm like, a brand's gonna send me. My purple gems are done. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here it is, the final product. So freaking cute. Brands, send me to Coachella so I can wear this. Love you haters. Talk soon.